Hello and welcome to yet another live session. This is going to be a mega session, very powerful session. So, if you are ready to learn today, just type ready in the comment box. And what we are going to discuss today is something really amazing. We are going to discuss about something which is evolving in this world, right? So, a new mega trend which is emerging in this world. And if you are able to understand this mega trend in next 30 to 45 minutes, this can be game changer. It can make a lot of money for you if that plays out, right? So if you are ready for today's session, just type ready in the comment box. And this is going to be awesome. So just take notes and make sure you understand this entire thing, right? So this next 30 to 45 minutes, what I can say is can change your life, right? So make sure you pay attention and understand what we are discussing. And let's dive straight into this topic, right? So what we are going to discuss today is, as I mentioned, a powerful theme, which is capturing our world, including India, right? So what we are going to discuss is platform businesses in India, right? So now hopefully you can see my screen and you should be able to see the title, right? Now let's go into the understanding of what are platform businesses. You might have heard this terminology for the first time, but I'm sure it is not the first time you are using these businesses. So how many of you have used some of these platforms like LinkedIn or Twitter or YouTube or Facebook or Tinder, maybe, right? If you are not my age, you might have also used Tinder. If you are young and you are checking out on people, you might have used Airbnb, right? How many of you have used this? Just type yes in the comment box. So this is what we are going to discuss today. So hope you might have understood that these are not new thing which we are learning, but this is something all around us. And this is a classic example of platform where, there is a technology which has created a something like a Twitter or a Airbnb, which is nothing but a platform, technology platform, and all other people are interacting on it. Yeah. So that is, in a very, very crude sense, the basic meaning of platform businesses. Yeah. Let's move forward and try to understand deeper into this. So when we mean about platform, how is it different from traditional industries? How is it different? So traditional industries, if you think about what they do, they manufacture certain products and they have a distribution network and then they sell it, right? That is what traditional companies do. Think about Tata Motors. Tata Motors will manufacture cars and then, they have their distributor. You go to their store, their distributor store, and you buy that product. That is how normal companies operate in a traditional world. But now think about it, in today's time and age, if you think about Twitter, are you getting any product at your place? Or if you think about Airbnb, is there any specific product? What do you do there? You exchange something on that platform. Platform is just that medium where you exchange something. If it is Twitter, you might be exchanging a lot of information on Twitter. If it is, say Instagram, you are again, it's a social network, social platform where you are interacting socially. And if you think about some other Airbnb, you are again interacting with other people who are having inventory of room, right? So there is no inventory hold by the Airbnb, right? And that is where the real power of these platform businesses come into, right? So if you think about it, now see the slides carefully and you will understand. Uber, which is a platform business, the world's largest taxi company, owns no car. Okay, they are world's largest taxi company, but doesn't own any car. How powerful it is. Just type powerful if you think this is powerful, right? So you own no cars, but still you are world's largest taxi company. Same way, Airbnb, the largest accommodation provider, has no real estate. It doesn't own any real estate, right? But still it is the largest accommodation provider. Think about Facebook. The most popular media owner creates no content. Okay. If you think about all these news channels, they create so much content. They work so hard. And here is Facebook, which is a platform where all of us create media, right? We post our videos, we write our posts, and we interact on the platform. And Facebook doesn't create any content on its own, right? Same way Alibaba, it's a platform where people can, buy and sell goods. It is the most valuable retailer, but doesn't have any inventory, right? So now you got the power of this, right? Why it is important to understand these kind of businesses, because it can scale very fast and it doesn't need anything, right? You just create a platform and it can keep growing and become world's largest company without holding any product, right, on its own, or any land. Yeah. How many of you had bulb on moments, right? Just thinking about this, that you don't own a product, you don't do anything, you just put a platform and automatically you generate huge business. If you found this powerful, just type powerful in the comment box. Yeah, so that is where today's session is going to be very, very powerful. And we are going to discuss 10 examples also. First, let's understand what this entire game means and how to understand this. And then, we'll go deeper also in terms of what it can unfold in terms of your investing ideas. And if that idea clicks and really it can become big, obviously you will make a lot of money, right? So that is the whole idea about understanding this step by step, right? So let's go deeper into it. We'll touch upon examples also in Indian context. We'll try to understand what is unfolding also. But here is a challenge which I want to give you. Right, so now what I'll give you is just observe this picture. Right, this picture is taken from safalniveshak.com. I've just sourced it there, but I like the way this guy thought about, the Safal Niveshak thought about, and what the thought process over here was typical Peter Lynch style. Whatever is surrounding you, you pick up ideas from there, and it might become multi-bagger ideas, right? So in historical world, it used to be like Relaxo footwear. If you are, buying your shoes from Relaxo, if you are buying your car tire from JK Tire, you can get that as an idea. If your car is Tata Motors or Maruti car, you can get that idea. If your channel is Dish TV, then that is the idea for you. If your paint is Asian Paints, you get idea from that, right? So that was the thesis, that you look around yourself, which kind of product you are using, and you will get a lot of ideas. Now the challenge for you is just observe this picture and tell me what all things are changing in this picture, like the names of the companies which are mentioned over here, right? What is changing in this picture? Just think about it and write it in the comment section, right? So that I know that you are following it and you are getting it. All right, so I'll give you a couple of seconds to think and just write below, and you will understand the power. Where we are getting into is the same thesis, that look around things which you are using, and if you are using that frequently, then the next big idea is coming from there, right? So same analogy we are using in current world, right? Because past is past. Whatever has happened, we will not earn too much money from that. It might continue for a few years, but that big money will be made if we are able to catch the next upcoming trend. Yeah, everybody with me so far? Just type with you in the comment box. Yeah, so I'm getting a lot of answer that Netflix is coming, Amazon Prime is coming, a lot of new things are coming on the media side. Awesome, that's great. Super. What else you see changing around it? Are you still reading newspaper today's time and age? Are you still are kids still playing with those physical toys? Are people still reading too many of books? Yeah, just type in the comment box and you will understand the power of it, right? So what I'll do now is I'll go to the next slide which has the answer to it. Okay, so observe this carefully. So if you think about it, the physical learning is getting transformed with digital learning. All the physical toys people used to pay, that is going into digital gaming mode, right? All the shopping which we used to do in the shopping mall, that is going online. Big basket, Amazon, delivery. Flipkart also is doing delivery. Then you used to purchase car, Maruti, M&M, Tata Motors. Now it is Uber and Ola, right? And then, all the buying you used to do were conventional store like Trent, V-Mart, Future Retail. No more that kind of buying, right? Now you shop on Amazon. And same with media, getting disrupted hugely. Food, again, getting disrupted through Zomato and all these aggregators. So the idea is the world around us is changing. And if you are still into that same mindset, that I'll pick up Maruti because I'm driving Maruti, same fan of Bajaj Electrical, big money will not be made there. Hope you got this idea, right? And we'll learn so many examples in Indian context which are disrupting all these traditional businesses. Yeah. So that is what we are going to do. Yeah. So if you are liking it so far, just hit the like button below this video so that I know that you are enjoying it, you are getting it so far. Yeah. So that is the whole idea about learning this new spectrum, that the emerging winners or the new breed of companies which are going to make money for you might potentially come from this particular mega trend which is unfolding in front of us. Okay, so let's move on and try to understand why this shift is happening and why it is important, right? So I'll show you one diagram and it will make it super clear. So think about this. Our forefathers, right, 200, 300, 500 years ago, what was the major occupation? What was the major economy? It was agriculture, right? Everything was surrounding agri-economy. Then what happened is industrial age came in, right? Britishers, they started putting a lot of industries and, started manufacturing all the textile and everything through machinery. And that is where, they felt the need of raw materials and they invaded countries rich in all the raw materials like India and a lot of African countries, China, Hong Kong. So that was the age where all these companies minted a lot of money, right? So Tata, Birlas, all those guys made tons of money by riding this wave in India. Then came service sector and, companies like TCS, Infosys, HDFC Bank, made tons of money for us, right? Those people who invested in HDFC or TCS or Infosys in 1990s, right? In those next 20 years, they made huge money because this was the trend that was picking up. Industrial companies made money, but it was not big money. And now, if you think about it, what is unfolding, right? Now, the unfolding is the platform businesses. And if you think about Google, it's a platform business. If you think about Amazon, what do they do? Buying and selling on their platform is happening, right? Amazon, it's not manufacturing anything, right? But people are transacting on it. If you think about Netflix, it's the same thing. They are providing medium to, provide content, but somebody else is generating media and it's happening, right? So that is where we are heading to. So that is the directional way in which the world is going, right? And I had also put in a big thread on Twitter. And by the way, if you are not following me on my Twitter handle, you can follow me. I'd put in a big thread on platform businesses on Twitter. So you can check it out. I'll also probably give you the link below this video so that, you can check it out. But if you can just type, Vivek Mashrani platform businesses, you will find a amazing thread and that is like super powerful, right? So that is where the power of this platform businesses come into, right? So now you understood the 4 stages where the world is moving and why we need to see the future, right? Because the stock market returns are always made in future. So now let's go to the next slide and understand how does these companies operate, right? How do they make money? Very important question. So let's dissect into answering that question in terms of how do they make money. Okay. So this is how they make money. As I said, they just connect buyers and sellers. Okay. So if you think about our classic example of Amazon, what happens? A lot of people who have goods to sell, they list their goods on Amazon, right? So you check out books, you check out toys, electronics, whatever you want. All the sellers have listed on the Amazon platform. And as a consumer, you search your need, put the order on Amazon. Amazon passes on the order to the seller, right? And then they basically ship the product to you. Now, what happens here? See, Amazon is not manufacturing any product. They just are creating inventory of a lot of sellers and they are bringing on consumers. And that is the whole value of a platform. The more buyers and sellers on the platform, the more valuable it is. You will ask why? Because you can bargain harder, you get better pricing, right? You get a lot of options. You get a lot more products on the platform. So that is the reason the more they get both the sides of buyers and sellers on the platform, the more valuable the platform becomes, right? And how do they make money? Very simple, right? They take small cut from sellers and they take small cut from buyers also. Most of the times the sellers end up paying like 5 to 10% commission to these platforms. And as a buyer also, you might opt for, say, Amazon Prime and all those things. They also create a stream of income for these platforms. Right? Everybody so far clear? Just type super clear in the comment box. Right? Very, very simple model, but not easy. Remember this, because if you don't generate that scale very quickly, if you have too many sellers, imagine there are too many sellers and there is no buyer, what will happen? Sellers will run away that, okay, there is no product getting sold on this platform. Why am I paying fees and everything? Yeah. Same way, if there are a lot of buyers, but they don't get any option of the products, right? What will they feel? Boss, there is no good products over here. I can go to other platform and they have a lot more options. Yeah. And for that platform also, it makes sense because the more transaction that happens, they can lower the fees and still earn lot of money from both the sides. Getting me? So the scale is very, very important. And another aspect is reviews, right? A lot of consumers will come, they will consume the products and they will write the reviews. The more number of reviews on Amazon, the more better experiences for you, because you get choice to have a proper product, right? Same way, if there is say Airbnb and there are a lot of reviews of a hotel or a house which is rented on their platform, you get better understanding through the other consumers. Again, see, the best part is platform is not doing anything. All the work is being done by the consumers and the sellers, right? Same with Facebook. When you write comments, you create content, or YouTube, when you will be watching this on YouTube also, I'm creating the content. YouTube is not creating the content and somebody else is viewing the content, right? So they have just given the platform where I can host the videos and they earn money from advertisement. How powerful it is, right? If you found this amazing, just type amazing in the comment box, right? So the amazing part is this. And then just because you are not producing anything, you can scale very fast, right? Once you start scaling, you basically outnumber your competition, because each new user would like to go on a platform which is having so many users on it, right? So say for example, tomorrow somebody gives an alternative to YouTube and they have like 100, 200 videos. Will you go there? Even if they pay you, you will not go there, right? Because you have so much of content for free already on YouTube. Why will you switch to other platform? So as they keep growing, they go into the phase called winner takes it all. Right? So as they start winning, they start grabbing a lot of market share. Right? Hope that makes sense. That is why scale and the first mover advantage is very important in this kind of businesses. Right? So now let's quickly move to examples, right? And you will understand this better in the Indian context. So let's get into the first example. So the first example is IRCTC. Can anybody tell me why IRCTC is a platform business? Very simple, right? You can book the tickets on IRCTC and it's again digitally enabled. So all the trains are listed there. Consumers go there, log in, and they just provide the platform, right? And they are also running private trains. Again, I would consider this more like a platform businesses, because it's like a medium where buyers and sellers are coming together. Yeah. So this is like the monopoly kind of business. Again, the best part of IRCTC is that it is more like a government regulated or government preferred, body. So it's amazing thing where competition will rarely come. The second is InfoEdge. You might have posted your CV on Naukri.com. How many of you have used this? Again, see the beauty about it. All the companies who wants to hire, they come more like a seller, and then there are buyers who wants to get the job and they put the CV. So Naukri has just provided a platform, and the people who are seeking job and people who want to give job, they connect together, right? And that creates a powerful platform for Naukri. Now Naukri has a lot of other businesses also, so what they do is, the best part, again, very important, just note this down. If you are having notes, just note this down. Best part is they are asset light, right? For each incremental user, they don't need to pump a lot of money, because they're not manufacturing any product. They don't need to put a new plant. It's just a technology platform most of the times, right? So most of these companies will be debt free. They might be generating a lot of cash and they don't know what to do with that cash. So what Naukri does is they deploy this cash into newer, smaller platforms, right? And that is how they acquired Zomato, and 99 acres is again one more initiative they have taken, jeevansathi.com, and they acquire a lot of stake in the startup companies. And that is how, they use their money to grow in next level, right? So they acquire 75% of online job portal market share and 55% of online real estate market share. And that's what I mentioned earlier, right? Once they start getting bigger, it is very difficult for competition to get in and take their business. Yeah, so that is the reason you will see this same pattern again and again in most of these platform businesses. They will have huge market share. Ultimately, they can also become monopoly. And again, they'll be very, very powerful. Okay, so that is the whole idea. Now let's come to the next one. Okay, so next one we have discussed second, Naukri. The third is IEX, and a lot of exchanges, right, typically will follow the same format. Most of the exchanges are nothing but platform businesses. So if you think about NSE, right, which is not listed, but it's a platform business. If you think about BSE, MCX, IEX, all these are platform businesses, right? So anywhere you connect buyers and sellers, platform business. Yeah. And you don't actually have any product and you still earn money from both the sides mostly, right? When you sell anything on the platform, you have to pay, and when you buy also, you have to pay a small amount of fees. It's more like that toll bridge, right? That if you want to pass your vehicle, you have to pay some toll to those guys, right? So it's similar to that, but the idea is the platform is technology platform, so the cost is much more lesser compared to all those traditional platforms, right? So next, as I mentioned, is Indian Energy Exchange. It is market leading position in Indian energy marketplace, and a lot of people who want to consume electricity, they go there. Those who have excess electricity, they sell there, right? And it holds 97% of electricity and energy trading market share. Very powerful, right? And it also, see, one more aspect of these platform businesses is optionality. Once you have created platforms, you can sell a lot of things on that, right? So now they are venturing on gas exchange. So they are selling electricity, the platform is built, the algorithm is built. Why not gas exchange, right? Why not sell renewable energy certificates? Why not sell energy saving certificates, right? So they again provide medium to exchange all these kind of different products. So that is again a brilliant way, So if you are, say, Tata, and you are into motors, and you want to go into a different segment, it will take lot many years, lot many research. You have to put up a new plant, you have to research the product, and it will take so many years to scale. Here it is super easy, right? Because it is technology, and you don't have to do too much of things to do that. How many of you understood this concept, right? Optionality, very, very powerful concept. If you understand this, you will understand the whole game, and you will see this across. Facebook, when they started with the social media platform, but now they have gaming on it, they have media on it, they provide a way to put articles on it, and they have top of it advertisers on the top of that, right? So they can create a lot of these optionalities on the same platform and grow very, very fast. That is a very important feature of these businesses. Okay, so let's move to the fourth one. Fourth one is CDSL. Again, a lot of you might be knowing, right? So as soon as you buy your shares, it no more is a physical share. Earlier there used to be a physical share, right, where you get a share certificate. Do you get it now? You don't get it, right? So now your share is dematerialized. That means digitally it is stored that, okay, Vivek Mashrani is holding 4 shares of CDSL, right? That is how the demat format works. And these are called depositories. So there are 2 depositories in India, NSDL, which is not listed, and second is CDSL. So CDSL is one of the largest listed depository in our country. Okay, and it's only listed depository, you can say. Where does it earn money? Transaction charges. When you buy and sell, they get money. Account maintenance charges. For holding your account on CDSL itself, every year they get charges, right? Even if it is not visible, right? It's just accounting entry. Still they get 600, 800 rupees from you. Isn't it a great business? How many of you feel that this is a great business, right? You don't have to do anything. It's digitally stored and every year you get money. right? And they have something called settlement charges, right? So from one buyer to other, there is a cycle of settlement, and to do that, they again charge you. And now recently, for putting your money on margin also, they charge you, right? So it is asset light model. It's just a technological platform, no additional capital requirement, and still they can diversify revenue from a lot of different things. So it has 52% depository business market share. So it has overtaken NSDL. They have like remaining market share. And what we do when we open a new bank account or new broker account, we do something called as KYC, right? And now it is again digitally stored in the form of CKYC number. So 60% of KYC registration agency market share again is with CDSL, right? And there are so many new optionalities which they are tapping on. So now unlisted public companies also, the shares can be held in the dematerialized form. Now your insurance policy is also in demat form, and e-warehouse receipts also are going into demat form, right? So they are creating these optionalities within the business. And you never know, tomorrow your mark sheets can be also digitalized, saved in NSDL or CDSL. Your degree certificates can be online, and you can say, I'll just generate OTP and it comes in, right? So that powerful it can be, right? So land records, lot many optionalities are there, particularly in country like India, where there is a lot of paper kind of thing which can go into these kind of depository. Yeah. So if you are loving it so far, just type loving it in the comment box. Yeah. So next, let's go to the fifth business. Fifth business is matrimony, right? And for people who are young and not married, I think this is the platform you must be using anytime in future. And those who are already married, you might have also explored and saw a lot of brides and grooms on this platform. Yeah, DigiLocker is also similar platform. That's right. Thank you for comment. So matrimony is the fifth business, and matrimony.com is the one where this is listed. And again, you will see a lot of amazing things over here. So it's a leading provider of matchmaking services, where people who are interested to getting married, they can connect, and they provide a lot of ancillary services also, right? So its brand is bharatmatrimony.com, which has been ranked as India's most trusted online matrimony brand. And again, as I said, how it becomes powerful when they have too much of buyers and sellers on these sites, right? So it is having one of the largest database of profiles, and that is where it creates a network effect, right? Network effect is nothing but where more buyers and sellers create that stickiness, as I mentioned, right? So here, if you have lot many girls who have put in, their profiles, and lot many boys who have put in their profile, the more likely lot of new people will go into that platform, right? And it also runs online plus offline model, where they connect people on online model, and then they provide a lot of services where they can meet and interact offline also. So 60% of online wedding market share in North India is Bharat Matrimony or matrimony.com, right? How amazing it is. And the best part is, these are all listed businesses, right? So because these are listed businesses, you can own the share of these companies, right? And you can create wealth for you also if these materializes in future and generates a lot of growth. So again, these are not recommendation. I'm just sharing with you examples, right? So guys, the idea is you understand this mega trend and do your own research and find your own sweet spot, right? Whatever I'm mentioning, it is just for example, so that you understand different facets of this mega trend which is going on, right? So idea is not to tell you that you should buy these businesses. If they are not growing, if the competition comes in, then these businesses might flatter also, right? So you have to study it properly. But the idea is you don't want to miss out on this mega trend which is unfolding. At least research it, right? If you got this, just type got it in the comment box. Now the next one is BSE, right? Bombay Stock Exchange. It is Asia's oldest stock exchange, established in 1875 and listed in 2017. And every year, the problem is NSE on the equity segment, it is eating away its market share. Again, what is the reason for that? A lot of buyers and sellers. So you get very small, impact cost, or the bid ask spread is much lower on NSE most of the times. So more and more buyers and sellers keep going there, right? The same winner takes it all theory which I told you. So now NSE commands are like more than 90%, if I remember correctly. and BSE every year it is losing market share on equity segment. Now it is also promoter of CDSL, it holds stakes on CDSL, but there is regulation that any stock exchange cannot hold more than 24% in any depository. So they keep on offloading. They also did IPO for the same reason. And once they go into below this limit, then they don't need to sell it. But interestingly, it has good market share on the derivative side. So option side, currency options particularly, they have 42% of market share. And they also have a good market share in retail corporate bonds trading, right? So they hold 66% market share on retail trading. Again, they have made a optionality. They have created a one more star mutual fund platform where people can, buy and sell mutual funds, and there is whole value chain about it. You can study more around it. But that is what they are also doing now. They are also venturing on energy exchange. So they are trying to compete with Indian Energy Exchange also. And that is again the trait you will see in these kind of businesses, that competition will try to come in because there is big money involved, right? And who doesn't want to make big money? So that is the trait you should be watching carefully. And if it is like very strong business, then probably the competition might not be able to kill them, right? So initially it might be possible to compete, but once that scale is there, it's really tough for other business to compete it. So 7th is India Mart. How many of you have heard about India Mart? Just type yes in the comment box. So India Mart is basically more like a B2B platform. And in my previous video on Monopoly also, I covered this. If you want to check it out, you can go to my YouTube channel and just type Monopoly Business Vivek Mashrani. And you will find that video also. Again, very powerful video. And that is the best part. A lot of Monopoly business which are emerging are platform businesses, because of all these traits which I've mentioned, right? So they achieve scale and they also become monopoly because of winner takes it all principle. So 7th is India Mart, and let's understand what does India Mart do and how does it operate. So India Mart is again, India's largest online B2B marketplace. So just like in Amazon, it is B2C where you buy as a consumer from a business. Here it is business to business, right? So it connects buyers with suppliers in the industrial context. There are 125 million plus buyers, 6.5 million plus suppliers, right? Again, they have achieved the scale. And recently, Just Dial is trying to compete like how, BSE is trying to compete on Indian Energy Exchange on energy front. And this pattern you will see. Let's see who wins. But, after a point of time, it is very, very difficult to catch them. Yeah. So this business holds 60% online B2B classified space market share, right? Again, very, very powerful way in which they are growing. And let's see how it pans out, right? So again, let me check with you. If you are liking this, just hit that like button so that I know that you are enjoying this session. And let's move to the next one, right? So the next one is MSTC. How many of you have heard about MSTC? Because this is like slightly rare kind of business, very underground business. It's not so popular. But if you have heard about it, just type heard in the comment box. Yeah. So what MSTC does is it's a Navratna company of Indian government. It's a PSU company. But it is very powerful platform business, which again, it has been created. So what do they do? It is like more like a e-commerce platform, right? And what their segments do is they offer e-auctioning, right? And how does this emerge? Now there are a lot of GST related things and all that. So if you want to procure any kind of commodity, it is always better to procure through a platform. So that is where the entire business is emerging. So you can buy iron ore and scrap and a lot of things. So now recently the scrappage policy was announced. All the scrappage will get auctioned on this e-commerce platform, right? So it's a big beneficiary of the scrappage policy also. And very interesting business because, here again, it is more like a monopoly because whatever government wants to push, they will push through auctioning into this platform, right? So other private players might have difficulty in getting into this, right? So the segments offer e-auction, e-selling, e-procurement services and development of customized software or solutions on this platform. And they are also, as I mentioned, they are also entered into recycling business through a 50-50 joint venture. You can read more about it, but I just wanted to give you idea that this is also one of the emerging platform businesses. And in fact, 24,000 crores worth of transaction, e-commerce transaction volume has taken place on this platform in 2020, right? Can you imagine, 24,000 crore, right? It's huge, right? So that is the kind of scale these businesses can build once they grow bigger and they start getting volume from both the sides. Now the ninth business is Container Corporation of India. And Government of India, what they are planning is they are planning to create a dedicated freight corridor. Okay, what is it? It's basically the platform, a dedicated corridor where all these malgadis which are there traditionally, they can move, and it is connected to all the ports. So currently there is a north to east side corridor which is getting created, and north to western side of India which is getting created, right? So right from somewhere near Delhi, there is a it is getting connected towards the western side towards Gujarat, and then eastern side towards West Bengal, right? So these are two freight corridors which are getting created, and then after that it will be the bottom triangle, right? So the southern country will also be getting connected. Now Container Corporation of India is one of the major beneficiary. Why? Because they facilitate the freight stations, right? So there is something called freight station where this loading and unloading can happen, and it is a market leader having largest network of 60 such container depots or freight things, right? So freight stations, right? It's called freight stations, which is out there. And now they are also covering management of ports, air cargo, and everything. So basically creating more optionality. Again, debt free company, having low return ratios, but now they are also thinking of privatization and some more of selling of stake of this, right? So just keep an eye on this. It's emerging very well. If all these triggers play it out, it might be good investment also, but do your research. I'm not recommending it, but there are a lot of triggers which are taking place on this business, right? It is commanding 64% of rail cargo domestic market share. Again, very, very powerful theme, right? So this is the ninth business for you. And again, as I mentioned, if you are not following me on my Twitter handle, this is my handle. So do check it out, @Mashrani Vivek, where I share a lot of these interesting threads also around such businesses. So make sure you visit that. And also, as I mentioned, hit the like button if you like this video, right? Now let's go to the last one. And before that, what I want to give is a template, right? So if you are not yet downloaded this template, I want to give a awesome gift to you guys. So this is like a template where you can upload this on Screener, and you can, study a lot of businesses. It's more like a free gift. A lot of people charge like 5,000 rupees for this template. So just because you are here live with me, just an awesome gift for all of you. If you are not yet using it, amazing template, just go for it. Okay. So just note down this link, technofunda.co/excel, and you can check it out. Okay. Now let's come to the 10th business, which is gas distribution companies, right? Again, same concept. You provide a platform where you link where the gas is coming, and you connect it with the household consumers, and then you earn money out of it, right? So it's again a platform business, and there are a few players which are listed in this space. Again, I discussed this in my monopoly video also, but once they've acquired their space, like IGL is into the NCR region, the Delhi and surrounding area. MGL, Mahanagar Gas Limited, is around Mumbai and surrounding area. Gujarat Gas Limited, a lot of areas in Gujarat, right? So once they have put in this distribution network, it's almost like a monopoly, because nobody will like to put another pipeline and do the same business, right? It's too much of hassle, and even government will not like it. It will increase a lot of cost, capex, and it's just unfeasible to do that, right? So they operate across commercial PNG connection, domestic PNG connection, and having CNG stations. Again, most of these companies are debt-free companies with excellent return ratios, and they will have high margin because they are just mediator, right? They are more like broker getting money from both the sides. So these are like near monopoly companies into their own space, right? So like these are the 10 businesses. Hope you enjoyed this session, and if you liked it, I'm also conducting a weekend webinars on compounding. So if you are interested, you can join on my sessions also, live session. You can just note down this link, technofunda.co/live, and we can meet live. In fact, I have a entire more than 5 hours kind of module of platform business intensive in my community. So if you love to understand what it is all about and join my community, you are most welcome. And if you are already part of my community, just hit that like button and stay connected. Hope you enjoyed this session and learned a lot of things during this session. And make sure you understand and learn about these businesses, right? Because I'm sure if these businesses pan out in a proper way, these are the next future companies that can unfold for you and create a lot of wealth for all of you. Yeah. So Shobit is asking where to get the template. I'll just flash the link once again. So you can just, Shobit, note down this link. Just in your browser, type technofunda.co/excel. And below this video also, I'll probably put this link once I upload this. So you can also, click on that link and get this, right? So thank you for joining this session. If you are not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can type vivekmashrani.com and subscribe to my YouTube channel also. I share a lot of such amazing videos on YouTube channel. So make sure you are connected with me. And that's it from my end. Stay blessed, stay safe, and keep learning and keep analyzing such interesting businesses which can change your life. So thank you for joining. Jai Hind. Bye-bye.